morning all. Welcome to Exam Notes 365. Hope you all are good and safe. In this video, we will do a weekly roundup. We will discuss the most important current affairs from 26 June to 2nd July 2022. Let's begin. Which team has won Ranji Trophy Final 2022? Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh defeated Mumbai by 6 wickets in the Ranji Trophy final at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. Let's talk about Ranji Trophy. The Ranji Trophy is a domestic first-class cricket championship played in India between multiple teams representing regional and state cricket associations. Where is the capital of Madhya Pradesh? Bhopal. Who is the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh? Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Who is the Governor of Madhya Pradesh? Mangubai C. Patel. Which country's citizens' constitutional right to get an abortion has been overturned by the Supreme Court? The answer is US. United States Supreme Court has ended the constitutional protection for abortion that had been in place for nearly 50 years. The move has triggered doubts about liberty and women's personal autonomy in the United States. Where is the capital of United States? Washington, D.C. Who is the President of USA? Joe Biden. What is the currency of USA? United States dollar. Let's check next question. Rare carnivorous plant that feeds on insect discovered in which state? The answer is Uttarakhand. Carnivorous plant that eats larvae and tadpoles discovered in Uttarakhand. A very rare carnivorous plant species termed as Utricularia fasciculata has been found in the western Himalayan region for the first time ever. Let's talk about Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is located here in the map. Uttarakhand was formed on 9th November 2000 as the 27th state of India. Uttarakhand is best known for its rivers, and it is the origin of some of the most sacred rivers in India like Ganga and Yamuna. It is the home of 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Valley of Flowers and Nanda Devi National Park. Nanda Devi Peak is the second highest peak in India and is the highest peak located entirely within India. Jim Corbett National Park, which is the first and oldest national park is in India, is situated in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is the only state in India with Sanskrit as its official language. Uttarakhand referred to as Devbhumi. Badrinath Temple, Kedarnath Temple, Yamunotri Temple, Gangotri Temple are located in Uttarakhand. Where is the capital of Uttarakhand? Summer capital is Barasan and the winter capital is Dehradun. Who is the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand? Pushkar Singh Dhami. Who is the Governor of Uttarakhand? Gurmeet Singh. Which city will host the UN Ocean Conference? The answer is Lisbon, Portugal. United Nations Ocean Conference is set to take place in Lisbon, Portugal from 27th June to July 1st and will be co-hosted by the governments of Kenya and Portugal. The Ocean Conference comes at a critical time as the world is seeking to address many of the deep-rooted problems of our societies laid bare by the COVID-19 pandemic. These problems require major structural transformations and common shared solutions that are anchored in the Sustainable Development Goals. World Ocean Day observed on 8th June. A day for humanity to celebrate the ocean. In 2017, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres appointed Ambassador Peter Thompson of Fiji as his special envoy for the ocean. India has banned the single-use plastic from July 1st, 2022. The Government of India has announced the single-use plastic ban from July 1st. What do you mean by single-use plastic? Single-use plastic refers to the plastic items that are once used and discarded. As per the notification by the Union Ministry on Single-Use Plastic Ban, the manufacture, import, stocking, distribution, sale, and use of the following single-use plastic, including the polystyrene and the expanded polystyrene, commodities shall be prohibited with effect from July 1, 2022. NASA's first ever rocket launch from a commercial site outside US from which country? The answer is Australia. NASA's first ever launch from a commercial site outside the United States blasted off from Australia's outback region. The first of the three planned launches from the RAMP Space Center, the rocket carrying technology likened to a mini Hubble telescope lifted off blasted about 350 kilometers into the night sky. The RAMP Space Center is the world's first and commercially owned and run equatorial launch site. What is NASA? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration is an independent agency of the United States federal government responsible for the civil space program, aeronautic research and space research. Where is the capital of Australia? Canberra. Who is the Prime Minister of Australia? Anthony Albanese. What is the currency of Australia? Australian dollar. Where is the capital of US? Washington DC. Who is the President of US? Joe Biden. What is the currency of US? United States dollar. Who has appointed as the chairperson of CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes? The answer is Nidhin Gupta. IRS officer Nidhin Gupta has been appointed as the new CBDT chairman. She is an Indian Revenue Service officer of the 1986 batch of the income tax cadre. What is CBDT? The CBDT is a part of Department of Revenue in the Ministry of Finance. On one hand, CBDT provides essential inputs for policy and planning of direct taxes in India. At the same time, it is also responsible for administration of direct tax laws through the Income Tax Department. The Central Board of Direct Taxes is a statutory authority functioning under the Central Board of Revenue Act 1963. The CBDT is headed by a chairman and can have 6 members who are in the rank of Special Secretary. It is the administrative body for the Income Tax Department. Where is the headquarters of CBDT? New Delhi. Who is the Minister of Finance and Minister of Corporate Affairs? Nirmala Sitharaman. V. Krishnamurthy passed away. He was the former chairman of which PSU? The answer is both A and C. Venkatraman Krishnamurthy, the former chairman of BEL, Maruti Udyog and SAIL, passed away. Alongside a Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan, in 2007, he was awarded the Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award in India for his services. In 2009, he was honored with the Japan's highest civilian award, the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Rising Sun. Known as the greatest helmsman, Krishnamurthy leaves behind a reputation as one of the country's most respected figures in the public sector and an inspirational business leader. He authored the book titled At the Helm, a Memoir. Which country launched a solid-fueled rocket with a satellite carrier? The answer is Iran. Iran has launched a solid-fueled rocket into space. Saljina, a 25.5-meter-long rocket, is capable of carrying a satellite of 220 kilograms that will ultimately gather data in low Earth orbit and promote Iran's space industry. Saljina is named for the horse of Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. Let's talk about Iran. Where is the capital of Iran? Tehran. Who is the president of Iran? Ibrahim Raisi. Who is the supreme leader of Iran? Ali Khamenei. What is the currency of Iran? Iranian rial. Who has reappointed as the chief of RAW? The answer is Samant Kumar Goel. The Appointments Committee of the Cabinet extended the tenure of current Research and Analysis Wing Chief Samant Kumar Goel for another year till June 30, 2023. He is a 1984 batch IPS officer of the Punjab cadre. What is RAW? The Research and Analysis Wing is the Foreign Intelligence Agency of India. It formed on 21st September 1968. Where is the headquarters of RAW? New Delhi. Which country has applied to join BRICS group of emerging countries? The answer is Iran. Iran has submitted an application to become a member in the group of emerging economies known as the BRICS. What is BRICS? BRICS is an acronym that stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The acronym BRICS was formulated by economics Jim O'Neill of Goldman Sachs. Let's talk about Iran. Where is the capital of Iran? Tehran. Who is the president of Iran? Ibrahim Raisi. Who is the supreme leader of Iran? Ali Khamenei. What is the currency of Iran? Iranian rial. Who has appointed as the chairman of Reliance Jio? The answer is Akash Ambani. Akash Ambani appointed as the chairman of Reliance Jio. Mukesh Ambani has resigned from the board of his group's telecom arm, Reliance Jio. Reliance Jio is an Indian telecommunication company and subsidiary of Jio Platforms that is headquartered in Navi Mumbai. Which state or union territory launched Medicare scheme? The answer is Kerala. In a major relief for government employees and their dependents, the Kerala Health Department has unveiled its largest ever health insurance scheme named Medical Insurance Scheme for state employees and pensioners, Medicare, which will be effective from July 1st. As per the scheme, the beneficiary will be entitled to Rs 3 lakh each year. Medicare, a comprehensive health insurance scheme for government employees and pensioners, will be effective in the state from July 1st. Where is the capital of Kerala? Thiruvananthapuram. Who is the Chief Minister of Kerala? Pinarayi Vijayan. Who is the Governor of Kerala? Arif Muhammad Khan. Election for Vice President of India to be held on 6th August. Election to choose the next Vice President of India will be held on 6th August. The counting of votes, if needed, will also be held on the same day. The last date for nomination is July 17. The Vice President is elected by the members of the Electoral College consisting of the members of both Houses of Parliament in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Who is the Chief Election Commissioner of India? Rajiv Kumar. Named India's first mRNA vaccine that got emergency use authorization for age group 18 and above by DCGA. The answer is Gemcovac-19. The country's first homegrown mRNA COVID-19 vaccine developed at Pune's Genevo Biopharmaceuticals has received emergency use for the age group 18 and above by the Drugs Controller General of India. Gemcovac-19 is the very first mRNA vaccine developed in India and only third mRNA vaccine to be approved for COVID-19 in the world. Let's talk about RNA. Ribonucleic acid is a nucleic acid present in all living cells that has structural similarities to DNA. mRNA is short messenger RNA, a type of RNA found in cells that is used for production of proteins. The mRNA vaccine teaches our cells how to make a protein that will trigger an immune response inside our bodies. Let's talk about DCGA. Drugs Controller General of India is the head of Department of the Central Drug Standard Control Organization of the Government of India. It is responsible for approval of licenses specified categories of drugs such as blood and blood product, IV fluids, vaccines and sera in India. DCGA also sets standard for manufacturing, sales, import and distribution of drugs in India? Who is the DCGI of India? Dr. V.G. Somani. Which city will host the 44th Chess Olympiad 2022? The answer is Chennai, Tamil Nadu. The 44th Chess Olympiad will be held in Chennai from July 28 to August 10, 2022. The prestigious competition, which has been organized since 1927, is being hosted in India for the first time and in Asia after 30 years. Let's talk about International Chess Federation. International Chess Federation is the governing body of the sport of chess and it regulates all international chess competitions. It formed on July 20, 1924. Where is the headquarters of International Chess Federation? Lausanne, Switzerland. Who is the president of International Chess Federation? Arkady Dvorkovich. Name the England's World Cup winning captain who has announced retirement from international cricket. The answer is Eoin Morgan. Eoin Morgan, England's World Cup winning captain, has announced retirement from international cricket. He captained England in 126 matches, out of which they won 76. Under his captaincy, England lifted their first ever one-day international World Cup in 2019. Let's check next question. Which city hosts the NATO Summit 2022? The answer is Madrid, Spain. Madrid hosts the NATO Summit 2022. The high-stakes meeting from June 28 to 30 comes at a time of heightened global tension amid Russia's war in Ukraine. At the summit, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says Russia's invasion of Ukraine has sparked a fundamental shift in the alliance's approach to defense. Let's talk about NATO. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also called the North Atlantic Alliance, is an intergovernmental military alliance between 30 member states, 28 European and 2 North American countries. It's founded on 4th April 1949. Where is the headquarters of NATO? Brussels, Belgium. Who is the Secretary General of NATO? Jens Stoltenberg. Who has selected as the Chairman and Managing Director of GAIL? The answer is Sandeep Kumar Gupta. Public Enterprises Selection Board selected Mr. Sandeep Kumar Gupta for the post of Chairman and Managing Director, GAIL India Limited. He will replace Manoj Jain, who is scheduled to retire on August 31st. Gas Authority of India, GAIL, founded on 1984, where is the headquarters of GAIL? New Delhi. Who is the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas? Hardeep Singh Puri. GAIL Limited is a government-owned natural gas explorer and producer responsible for natural gas processing and distribution in India. Airtel Payments Bank has partnered with which bank to digitize cash collection? The answer is Axis Bank. Airtel Payments Bank has partnered Axis Bank to digitize the cash collection system in country's Tier 3 cities and semi-urban regions. Let's talk about Payment Bank. The RBI has conceptualized payment banks as a new type of bank in India. These banks can accept a restricted deposit 2 lakh per person but could be raised in future. These banks cannot provide loans or credit cards. Banks of this type can handle both savings and current accounts. It can provide ATM and debit cards as well as online and mobile banking. Is there any difference between payment banks and commercial banks? Yes. Payment banks and commercial banks both work as per the Banking Regulation Act 1949. The basic difference between commercial banks and payments banks is that latter can accept deposit up to maximum 2 lakh per customer, while there is no such limit for commercial banks. Payment banks can't give loan service to people. Payment banks can't accept deposit from the NRI persons. Let's talk about Airtel Payments Bank. Airtel Payments Bank founded in 2017. Where is the headquarters of Airtel Payments Bank? New Delhi. who is the MD and CEO of Airtel Payments Bank, Anubhadra Biswas. Let's talk about Axis Bank. Where is the headquarters of Axis Bank? Mumbai. It founded in 1993. Who is the CEO of Axis Bank? Amitabh Chaudhry. Eknath Sampaji Shinde sworn in as the Chief Minister of which state? The answer is Maharashtra. Eknath Shinde has been sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis has been sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Where is the capital of Maharashtra? Mumbai. Who is the Governor of Maharashtra? Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Who has sworn in as the President of Philippines? The answer is Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the son of late Filipino leader Ferdinand Marcos, was sworn in as the 17th President of the Philippines. His inauguration marks a stunning comeback for the Marcos political dynasty, which was ousted after a popular revolt in 1986. Where is the capital of Philippines? Manila. What is the currency of Philippines? Philippine peso. Let's see next question. Which of the following two countries have been invited to join NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization? The answer is Finland and Sweden. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO invited Finland and Sweden to join the military alliance in one of the biggest shifts in the European security in decades. Turkey, which was lifted its initial objections to the new members, did not ask for anything as part of the agreement to expand the alliance. Let's talk about NATO. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also called North Atlantic Alliance, is an intergovernmental military alliance between 30 member states, 28 European and 2 North American countries. It's founded on 4th April 1949. Where is the headquarters of NATO? Brussels, Belgium. Who is the Secretary General of NATO? Jens Stoltenberg. World Asteroid Day observed on 30th June. World Asteroid Day is an annual UN-sanctioned global awareness campaign event observed on 30th June, which is the anniversary of the Siberian Tunguska event of 1908. In December 2016, the UN General Assembly adopted as a resolution in order to observe each year at the international level the anniversary of the Tunguska impact over Siberia, Russian Federation on 30th June 1908. What is the theme of World Asteroid Day 2022? Small is beautiful. Let's revise some of the important days in June. June 1st, observed as World Milk Day. Theme is Dairy Net Zero. 2nd June, World Bicycle Day and Telangana Formation Day. 5th June, World Environment Day. Theme is Only One Earth. 7th June, World Food Safety Day. Theme is Safer Food, Better Health. 8th June, World Ocean Day. Theme is Revitalization, Collective Action for the Ocean. 8th June also observed as World Brain Tumor Day. Theme is Together We Are Stronger. 12th June, Anti-Child Labor Day. Theme is Universal Social Protection to End Child Labor. June 13, International Albinism Awareness Day. Theme is United in Making Our Voice Heard. Let's continue. June 14, World Blood Donor Day. Theme is Donating Blood is an act of solidarity, join the effort and save lives. June 15, Global Wind Day. June 20, World Refugee Day. Theme is Whoever, wherever, whenever, everyone has the right to seek safety. June 21, International Day of Yoga. Theme is Yoga for Humanity. June 21 also observed as World Music Day. Theme is Music on the Intersections. June 22, World Rainforest Day. Theme is The Time is Now. June 23, International Olympic Day. Theme is Together for a Peaceful World. June 26, World Drug Day. Theme is Addressing Drug Challenges in Health and Humanitarian Crisis. June 27, World MSME Day. June 29, International Day of the Tropics. June 29 also observed as National Statistics Day. Theme is Data for Sustainable Development. Please remember these days and its theme. Who has launched RAMP and CBFTE scheme? The answer is Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Rising and Accelerating MSME Performance RAMP scheme and Capacity Building of First-Time MSME Exporters CBFTE scheme during the Udyami Bharat program at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. What is RAMP? RAMP is a World Bank-assisted central government program that aims to scale up implementation capacity and coverage of micro, small and medium enterprises in the states with impact enhancement of existing MSME scheme. Let's talk about CBFTE, the Capacity Building of First-Time MSME Exporters scheme, which aims to encourage MSMEs to offer products and services of international standards for the global market. This will enhance the participation of Indian MSMEs in the global value chain and help them realize their export potential. Who is the Minister of Micro, Small, Medium and Enterprises? Narayan Rane. June 27 observed as World MSME Day. The first ever Formula E race, E-Prix 2023 in India will be held in which city? The answer is Hyderabad, Telangana. The first ever Formula E race in India will be held in Hyderabad on 11th February 2023. Alongside India, Brazil will also welcome the E-Prix for the first time on 25th March. The race in Hyderabad will be the first time a major international racing event is held in country since the Formula 1 Indian Grand Prix in October 2013 at the Buddh International Circuit. Let's talk about International Automobile Federation (FIA). It is an association established on 20th June 1904 to represent the interests of motoring organizations and motor car users. To the general public, the FIA is mostly known as the governing body for many auto racing events such as well-known Formula 1. Where is the headquarters of FIA? Paris, France. Who is the president of FIA? Mohammed bin Sulayem. Aurangabad district in Maharashtra renamed as Sambhaji Nagar. The name of Aurangabad district in Maharashtra has been changed to Sambhaji Nagar. Sambhaji was the eldest son of Chhatrapati Shivaji, the Maratha king. Aurangabad was named after Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb when he was Regent's governor. Former Chief Minister of Maharashtra Uddhav Thackeray renamed Aurangabad city as Sambhajinagar and Osmanabad as Dharashiv. The name of the Navi Mumbai airport will be changed to Dinagar Balu Patil Airport. Who has become the first player to win 80 matches in all 4 Grand Slams? The answer is Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic became the first player in history to win 80 matches in all 4 Grand Slams when he defeated Kwon Soon Woo. Serbian Novak Djokovic began his quest for 7th Wimbledon title with a historic 80th win, becoming the first player ever in history of men's and women's tennis to do so in each of the 4 Grand Slams of tennis tournaments. Who has set new javelin throw national record of 89.94 meter? The answer is Neeraj Chopra. With a throw of 89.94 meter at the Diamond League, the 24-year-old Neeraj Chopra broke his own national record of 89.3 meter that he set at the Pavo Nurmi Games in Turku earlier this month. He finished second. World champion and season leader Anderson Peters of Canada won the competition with the best throw of 90.31 meter. The government has raised import duty on gold from 7.5% to 12.5%. India has raised its basic import duty on gold to 12.5% from 7.5%. What is the reason behind this movement? India fulfills most of its gold demand through imports, which were putting pressure on the rupee, which hit a record low earlier this week. This hike in import duty comes as a report by the World Gold Council said that India is the fourth largest nation in terms of gold recycling country in 2021 as it recycled 75 tons or 6.5% of the total gold recycled across the globe. Last year, the government had cut the tax to 7.5% in union budget. Gold also attracts 3% goods and service tax in India. Who has become the first African American woman judge in US top court? The answer is Ketanji Brown Jackson. Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in to formally become an associate judge of the US Supreme Court, marking her the nation's first African American woman to serve in that role. Where is the capital of US? Washington, D.C. Who is the president of US? Joe Biden. What is the currency of US? United States dollar. Named first city that to cover health care for all low-income immigrants. The answer is California. California will become the first state to guarantee free health care for all low-income immigrants living in country illegally. California is a state in the western United States. In California, Republicans and conservative groups have opposed expanding health care to immigrants living in the country illegally. Who has become Israel's interim prime minister? The answer is Yair Lapid. Yair Lapid officially became the 14th Prime Minister of Israel. He has become Israel's interim Prime Minister, taking over from Prime Minister Naftali Bennett after just 1 year. Mr. Lapid, head of a centrist party, will lead the country as it heads towards the elections on 1st November. It follows the collapse last week of the coalition which he formed with Mr. Bennett. The upcoming elections will be Israel's fifth in less than 4 years. Where is the capital of Israel? Jerusalem. Who is the president of Israel? Isaac Herzog. What is the currency of Israel? Israeli shekel. India's largest floating solar plant commissioned in which state? The answer is Telangana. India's largest floating solar power project is now fully operational at Ramagundam, Telangana. National Thermal Power Corporation declared commercial operation of the final part capacity of 20 MW out of 100 MW Ramagundam floating solar project at Ramagundam, Telangana. Where is the capital of Telangana? Hyderabad. Who is the Chief Minister of Telangana? K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Who is the Governor of Telangana? Tamilisai Soundararajan. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and you have received some important points. If the video found helpful, please subscribe to our channel. Also share the video with your friends. To get daily current affairs, please subscribe to our channel. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.